Bibliophiles.
What's going on there?
Who's eating brownie?
What are you eating?
Is a brownie.
Why,
Did you poop
why
on
are
your
you
face?
eating it like that?
Eating like what?
Nah, you're fine. I think you're good.
You thought we wouldn't notice, but I watched you get that brownie and rub it across
Smash
your whole
it on your
mouth
face.
on purpose.
Oh,
Psychopath, dude.
I'm saving it. Be eating it throughout.
Good.
Nah, that's gross. I'll wipe it off now.
He's got his brownie wipes handy.
Oh, perfect.
Let's rock and roll. Welcome back. It's Bibliophiles, baby, and we are feeling foolish indeed. My name is Evan Cannell. I'm here with Kyle Dunshee and McKylan Rowe, boys. Say hello.
Hello.
Hi.
Good boys.
Don't
What?
like that. Don't like that at all.
Chill, dude.
This is a question of the day. If you found yourself the subject of a nationwide televised manhunt starting like right now, this second, what is your first move? What are you doing?
And like people know my location already, or they don't know my location.
They know where you live.
They have your address, but it's like,
So they know my location.
yeah, but it's just like on the news. It's not like people, it's like, go get him.
Oh, okay.
Is it? I'm asking.
Yeah, you get a text
And it's just like,
that says
if you can
you're the
survive for
running
30
man
days.
right now.
And they're
Go.
not coming after my family, right? It's just me.
No, just
they're
you.
coming after. Oh, I kind of just get in the car and go. I go
Yeah.
way up in the mountains. I go up past the B. Caution to the wind. Just go way up in the mountains
Past the
and
B,
see what
there's
happens.
so many other places. You could just drive into like Idaho. Like, past the B, I feel like you're still
Why would
in
I
the
go to
same
Idaho?
area.
It's a lot of white supremacists. Like that's gonna be like the last place I want to be because those guys already have guns. They already have everything they need to hunt me.
Yeah, but they don't want to be found either. So actually, you'd have a community that is good at hiding. So actually, it would be a good place for you to hide.
I'm driving up the dirt roads because I'm limited with my driving options, and I don't want to talk about that.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's fair. So you just can't drive too far.
So I'm kind of screwed. So I just got to go make it in the mountains. I got to make it happen in the mountains somehow.
I'm going to
Okay.
head out to the wilds, but I'm going to take the back roads.
I'm gonna take
head
the
out to
back
the
roads.
wilds close by.
It's not strategic. It is fear based.
I'm driving into. I'm getting Tiffany's car, but it's a Tesla. That's the thing I'm worried about.
You're boned,
like,
bro.
You're
Can
not
they
going to get that far.
Yeah, I feel like they can track me. So I just got to get upstate, maybe to somebody I know's house up there and be like, hey, I got to borrow your car. And then take their car. I'm just getting to the middle of nowhere.
Yeah, I love it.
Okay, good. I was trying to think about this. I had the advantage of having written this question and missed the opportunity completely by not thinking about it. So off the dome, I know a guy who has a lot of supplies, including like survival type stuff, generators, tents, guns,
So
lots of
just
ammunition,
Gonna go rob him.
and maybe ask politely and say, hey, don't kill me. You could and get money, but I'm just going to ask you politely not to.
That's the issue.
Wait.
I feel like he'd be ready for you because he'd know you're coming and he'd be like, I'll catch him.
He's coming here. I guarantee it.
I just realized
Exactly.
I also know a man who has that, and it's my dad. So I go to where he lives now, which is in the mountains.
You just want
Yeah.
to get in those mountains. You just got to get to those mountains.
I just gotta get to the mountains.
They're calling to you.
Yeah.
Pat gets a call. It's like, hey, can you come pick me up? I'm like
I'm a
just
running
past the
man.
B.
No, I'd actually drive. I've plotted it out. I'd drive to his location, but he would get the call being like, one of your sons is the running man, and he'd be like, oh no. And then he'd be like, which one is it? And he's like, Kyle. He'd be like, shit, he's dead. There's no way he's alive.
Yeah, he'd show up at your house, like, get in the car.
Yeah, he's like, I can buy you at least 10 minutes.
Yeah, I got. They're gonna kill you. For
Now,
sure.
I'd have the philosophy where it's like, I'm going down. I'm just gonna take as many as I can with me. That would be my philosophy.
Okay.
Interesting.
Try to survive, but if not, a lot of people are going down with me.
Kyle Dunshee versus the world. We love to
Yeah.
see it.
See, I think maybe I'd get a boat.
Mm.
Yeah, I feel like I know a guy with a boat, so I'd steal a guy's boat.
There you go.
Correct. Yeah, because once you're out on the waters, it's
like,
kind of
tough.
hard to be found.
Yeah,
That's
and
a
like it'd
good
be hard
point.
for them to like find you in the water, right?
A boat
Yeah.
might have. Why didn't he do that in this book?
Well, if you haven't caught on, we are reading The Running Man by Stephen King, although it was written under his pseudonym Richard Bachman. The Running Man is a dystopian thriller with a stark divide between the haves and the have-nots. In order to save his sick daughter, a desperate father from the lower class signs on to be hunted by every person in the country in a sadistic televised game show called The Running Man. It's an action novel, but it's also a bitter commentary on class, media, and violence as entertainment. It's also a movie with Arnold Schwarzenegger and about to be another movie with Glenn Powell.
Glenn, the most boring name for an action star. Glenn.
Glenn. We knew a Glenn.
Come on,
He was
come on.
weird.
Oh yeah, I remember Glenn. We called him Gleminen.
And I think he rapped. I think he also rapped.
Yeah, pour one out for Glenn M if you can. Also, Bezos names his rockets that.
Glenn?
It's New Glenn is the name of his rocket.
I thought they were Blue Origin.
Why?
Blue Origin's the company. The rocket's called New Glenn.
What happened to old Glenn?
I don't know.
Old
That's what I
Glenn is
wanna
in
know.
the rocket being shot.
That's how we made the rocket. Old Glenn
So we made the
died.
rocket.
We sacrificed old Glenn. Yeah, we find out that he made a demon sacrifice and
Yeah.
he had to kill his brother Glenn.
You will have
Glenn
shitty,
Bezos.
shitty subpar rockets, and in exchange, I will take your hair," said the devil. And that's what happened.
I'm going to take your hair and your brother, but you get to just do whatever you want forever. And basically run a dystopian society. Yay!
Yeah.
Hey. In the
Oh,
moment, he was talking to his brother Glenn, and he was like, "I'll name it after you. I
I'll
swear
name it
to
after
God, I
you," as
will."
he was strangling him.
I'm
Name
doing,
it after
doing
you.
this for you. This is
My
for
dumb
you.
rocket will be named
This is
after
for-
you.
Oh, God, it takes so much longer than in the movies. Oh,
Uh,
fuck. Oh, it's starting up again. Oh, I was like, he catches his breath.
It's because you have weak hands,
yeah, like
Jeffrey.
that.
He's got
Okay.
coder's hands, tough fingers, weak grip strength.
Yes.
It's really bad. Why did we read this? It's because of the movie, right? We sort of
Yeah, it's 'cause of the
collectively
movie.
decided.
Yeah, the movie was coming out, and I was like, oh, why not read this book? Like, we all,
Yeah, I
Stephen
think
King.
we all kind of just chose, and I've never read a Richard Bachman / Stephen King book before, so this was my first soiree into one of those most prolific and popular authors of our generation.
Yeah,
It's a good soundbite I just did. So
you
It
did.
was really good.
keep that shit in.
It's staying in there. We won't cut it.
Okay, fine.
All right.
Also, my first Stephen King. Mac, had you read Stephen King before?
I have. I read, I think I just read The Mist. I think that might be the only one that I read. But The Mist was really good.
Okay, 1981. That's where we're at. That's when it was written and published in 1982. So he did use a pseudonym. At the time, Richard Bachman was just Richard Bachman. Nobody knew it was Stephen King. It wasn't until after the next book that he was sort of outed as Bachman. Mac, you said you have like notes here about what happened here.
Well, I mean, you have it. He just wanted to see if he could be popular without his name on it, and he failed. It was not as popular. And it got decent reviews, nothing crazy, but he released a couple of books, and this was his most popular one from the ones he released. And because this is another example of somebody writing a book in a very short amount of time. He wrote it in 1 week.
Yeah, we're on
Yeah.
a roll of books
Yeah.
written real quick.
It's apparently you can write a book
That's
really
stupid.
fast.
That makes
Yeah.
me mad.
It's cool.
So I thought in the little research I did, I thought he published it under Richard Bachman because there was like a rule that you can only publish one major book a year
That was
under your
part of it.
name, and so that's why he did it. But he did it without the publishers knowing. Like he's like, okay, I'm just gonna test it out and see if I do well, and then the publishers ended up finding out after. That's how it happened.
I think it was a combination of those.
It was
Yeah,
both,
he was
yeah.
like both.
Okay, cool.
He wanted to write more than one book a year, which is sort of just like they didn't want everything to get all oversaturated. And also, there was this ego thing where he was like, "Can I do it twice? I am Stephen King. I am like renowned. Could I do it again?" Which is kind of a fascinating, because I wonder about that. Like, so much of art is luck, you know.
Yeah,
Where-
yeah.
But here's my question: as the consumers of books, why does it matter to us who wrote it? Because it definitely does. I'm gonna go into a book completely different because I'm like, oh, this is a Stephen King. This is a good
Damn,
book.
you're right. I hate how accurate and true that is.
Everybody likes a
that-
brand, you know? You like to have, like, it takes a little bit of the chaos away. It's like,
Yeah.
I want to know, like, I know what I get at Walmart. So, especially when you're reading, like, a horror book and you're just like, "I know this guy writes good horror books. I'm gonna have fun. It'll be and just like you just kinda want to say you want another hit, you
Yeah,
know?
we don't I mean, I think that's why it's so hard to break out into this industry or any art industry because, like, I was thinking about this the other day. I'm like, "Why can't I ever find any good music?" No, like, these algorithms don't recommend me good stuff. Then it's like, "Oh, because I skip every song that isn't one of the 50 list like, artists that I like."
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's, like, impossible to break into it. So it was an interesting thing that he did, and it kinda paid off, it seems. There's gonna be 2
Mhm.
movies about it.
Yeah, he sells the rights for $1. He doesn't
Oh,
get a ton of
really?
money from the movies, I don't think.
Stupid idiot.
I mean,
Stupid.
he's massively rich,
Yeah, he's
obviously,
fine, he's
but,
doing fine.
like,
I
I
think he's
think
doing all right.
yeah, because 'cause he's got that old school book money. That used to be
Really?
oh, yeah.
He's got
That was
that
it.
he's got that R.L. Stein money,
Oh,
bro.
yeah. He's
He's
got
got
that
that R.L.
'80s
Goosebumps money.
he probably gets a check every time, like, because they use his name, so he probably gets, like, a check when they, like, play it or something, but he sells the rights for $1. It's, like, his whole thing.
I
Weird.
did not know this. I know
I
that
didn't know
he
that neither.
does not like the old Schwarzenegger movie.
No,
He's I
he
think
hates
I
it.
watched the trailer
yeah.
and it didn't seem recognizable at all
It's
to the
not a
book I
good book.
read.
It's I there's a quote from Schwarzenegger. So they fired their original director because he was fighting with the studio, and the new director came in, and he was a TV guy, and Arnold Schwarzenegger was like, "Oh, he's ruining this movie." Because he just want because like when Arnold got cast, they were like, "We gotta make it bigger, like more like Arnold," and this TV director just made like a WWE like
Yeah, I mean, if I could watch the
offshoot.
trailer and be like, "This doesn't seem accurate to the book at all," I can't imagine the movie is.
Not even a little bit. Yeah.
So we'll see.
I mean, it's Arnold Schwarzenegger. In the book, he's supposed to, like, not have food, and
That's
then
true.
Arnold
I mean,
Schwarzenegger's like, "I had a full cow for lunch because
Yeah,
I need that
exactly.
much protein."
no, you're totally right. Once they cast him, it was over. And as
Yeah.
much as I love Arnold, and I do, it was over.
Glenn Powell did some kind of interview. He's talking about just the stress because this time I think Stephen King did want to have more of a say. So he's
Mhm.
like, whoever it is that you're casting, I got to kind of sign off on it. And so he watched The Hitman on Netflix, which was awesome.
But yeah, it's a good
Uh,
movie.
and so, anyways, Glenn Powell's just like kind of biting his fingernails, just waiting to see what did Stephen King think of my movie? Can I be in this Running Man movie? So,
That's great.
anyways, he passed. I guess
I guess
Hitman was enough.
he's
Here's
still
m
waiting for the call. They're
Yeah.
just like, I guess we'll shoot the movie," and,
Oh,
like,
shit.
maybe
And
hopefully,
yeah.
he liked him.
Here's my thing about Glenn Powell, and then we'll jump right into the book because I don't wanna
Let's
talk
do
too
it.
much about it. I want to hate him so bad, but I can't. Everything I see him in, I'm like, "You're fantastic, dude." Like, I want to hate you just based on how you look as a human being, but I can't. And so now I'm supporting you. Hope it's
Yeah.
worth it.
Okay. Well, in the year 2025, the distant dystopian nightmare year of 2025, America has decayed into a corporate run dystopia. The rich live in comfort while the poor survive in radiation poisoned slums like Co op City on the East Coast. Unemployment is rampant, pollution has made people sick, and desperation drives many to risk their lives in government sponsored game shows where contestants die for the entertainment of the masses.
Steven nailed it. Um, called it. He called his shot from 30 years ago, and swish, buddy. Only
Weirdly
thing
prophetic.
we just don't die. Yeah.
Do we talk about some of the games there are? There's, like, swim with crocodiles or
That was the
something,
one that's the only one I remember,
and then
and
there's
it blew my
also,
mind.
like, if you have a heart condition, we'll see how long you can run on a treadmill. Like, these
That's,
are
yeah.
Yeah,
terrible games.
yeah.
Um, low brow, low brow.
It's interesting. So there's, like, a long line of this setup. Like, this is a very common setup, right? That, like, dystopian future, the government uses game shows or media in some way to, like, exploit and distract, and it makes me laugh that we it's just happened to us, and we're just like, like, it's in Hunger Games, it's in this, it's in
It's
Black there's,
all
like,
over the
3
place.
Black Mirror episodes. It's like people are constantly just like, by the way, these bad people are going to shove this in your face so you don't notice, and they're killing people, and we're in hell. And we're just like, let's TikTok about
You
this
know what?
guy who fell.
You're right. As you were saying that, I'm like, it's such a annoying trope. Like we see it so much, and then I'm like, oh, but we haven't learned, like
Yeah,
because
we also just do it. I'm
because
like,
it's literally happening. That's a good point.
Yeah, this was written in the Reagan administration. This
the
is
one
like
who started it.
yeah, so I think Stephen King, speaking of like calling his shot, I think he was like, I don't think this trickle down thing's gonna work. Let's go ahead 40 years and something like this. All right, well, let's meet our cast of characters. We have it's mainly just Ben Richards. He is the character. There are a few people that pop in and out, but he is 28 years old, unemployed, intelligent, and fiercely independent. He's a man running out of options.
Nice, good job.
Also, Sheila Richards, his wife, who is worn down by poverty and forced into sex work to buy medicine and other basic essentials, and their daughter, Kathy, who is an infant that they weren't supposed to be able to have because he worked in a really radiation toxic environment. But as like just through some miracle, they had a baby, but now she's got pneumonia, and that's not good.
I thought she just had the flu.
No, they say pneumonia is like the flu.
Okay, I knew it was like a very treatable thing, and that's what makes it so heartbreaking is that she has something that is treatable,
Mhm.
but because he doesn't have access to medicine. Also, Sheila, having to go into sex work, it's like alluded to. It doesn't spell it out clearly
No,
though.
she straight up says, I had to do a couple Johns this morning
Yeah, but it's just
to
that
get some
one line.
medicine.
It's that one line, and because it's subtle, it's like heartbreaking.
I
Because
don't want to disagree with you, Kyle, but she literally says, I fucked 2 dudes for money this
she
morning.
said, "I turned tricks." Okay, no one talks like that anymore.
But you know what
Yeah,
that
she
means.
says
She didn't say,
That's not
"Hey,
a
man."
subtle.
She's not like, "Hey, Ben, I just went and I did the dirty with so and so down the street."
That
She
is
said, "I had to turn."
verbatim what she said.
No, she said, "I had to turn tricks. I had to turn tricks
Turning
for the
tricks means
medicine."
that's what turning tricks means.
yeah, and then
In
after
the
that, he's
80s,
like, "Hey, I'll go and I'll do the show where they kill you for money." And she's like, "Well, I'd rather just sell more tail." And then later on, he's like, "My wife, I can't think of my wife making money on her back." And he says that probably 3 or 4.
okay,
He says
okay,
that to
okay,
Yeah.
everybody he meets. He's like, "My
He
wife makes
can't
money on
stop
her
telling
back."
okay.
people.
It's sad. She's only doing it. She's only doing it for the job. And does that mean he's like an uggo? Because if
An
she can do
Uggo?
that, why isn't he doing
It's
his part and selling tricks to the old ladies in City or whatever the hell it's called?
Hmm.
interesting.
I'm just saying, food for thought.
You're right.
I mean,
You
that's
know, this whole
fair. That's a fair question.
His whole thing is,
Why
"I need to work so my wife doesn't have to." Okay, go out
get
there
to
and make some
sucking,
old
buddy?
ladies happy.
Yeah.
Go do
Or
what you got to do.
or some fellas. If you need the money that bad, save your kid's life. Grab a knee.
We're downplaying how sad this is that they need to.
we agree that it's
Yeah.
sad.
This whole
Okay.
book is hey, sex work is fine. That part's not really even that's not sad. It's not sad that she is
No.
doing that. It's the
No.
reason that she's doing it is sad.
Yes.
As she's forced
This
to do it.
yeah.
And Ben and Sheila love each other. They've been married a long time. They have this miracle baby, and that's still the life they have to live. And that sucks.
Yes. This book, now that we're getting into it, is so depressing and everybody is a piece of shit, including Ben. And like everybody's unlikable and every chance that they have to be like to show you they're unlikable, they do. Everybody's crazy racist. Oh my
Yeah,
god.
this is a very racist book.
So racist.
I
And
thought
it's
that was just a
crazy
Stephen King thing as an
that
80s
he's
guy
racist.
writing, trying to be gritty by making white guys say the N word. But it made me uncomfortable.
A
So
lot of slurs.
Yeah.
I will say, if I was reading a Richard Bachman novel, I'd been like, I think this is Stephen King because there's a lot of slurs.
he's like, how come all those kids just went into the sewer and did stuff with each other? Is this Stephen King?
Is this
This
Stephen?
guy's that
Mm,
sounds a lot like somebody else I know.
A little
interesting.
bit familiar.
We have our cast of characters Ben, Sheila, and then their sad little 18-month-old Kathy.
Yeah.
Yes,
But
just
everybody
coughing up a storm.
again, it's like
I
he went
hate
out of
that.
his way. Ben is an awful guy.
I
Like
don't think Ben's that awful.
he's
I
pretty
don't think
rough.
he is. Prove me wrong throughout the next 6 bullet points. I
Let
dare
me
you.
find a
Okay.
line from the book where he just says something terrible.
All right,
I
you
mean-
look for that, and we'll talk about Ben's deal with the devil here Out of options and desperate to afford medicine for his sick daughter, Ben signs up for the game's network. After a series of humiliating tests and interviews, he's selected for the most dangerous program, The Running Man. The show pays $100 per hour he stays alive after everyone in the nation starts hunting him. So he does get a bonus of $100 for every cop slash hunter that he kills. So there's like a special team, just like a SWAT team called the Hunters. Every time he kills one of them, he gets another 100. And then if he can survive for 30 days, he gets $1 billion. So every day, the rules are he has to record and mail in 2 video diaries as proof of life. If he stops doing that, the money stops coming, but he doesn't stop getting hunted. And police and hunters are trying to kill him, and civilians get a cash reward for reporting information. And the reward gets bigger if that information leads to his demise.
Yeah, so it's like he's screwed. The odds could not be more against this guy in this game. But the reward, pretty dang big. Even the fact that you're getting $100 a day plus 100 for what you kill. I mean, he couldn't have made that in years and years of working at the factory if that was even an option for him.
Yeah. And he is an asshole. And
Heck, you kept saying that. I want you to back it up.
you read the book. Kyle, did you read the book?
Yeah, I read the whole last book. I did read the whole last book. I read pretty much all the books.
Just not the ones I recommend. But he
It's only been 2 you recommend. I didn't
That's
read
fine.
Twilight because I already read it. I didn't read 50 Shades of Grey on principle. No, I read 100 pages and I
nobody's
realized it's too
salty
long.
about this at all. Nobody
No, why
has
would we be?
any salt or feelings of any kind.
I can't but it's true though. Like
He's not a
every
good person.
character in the book is like not likable.
I
Except
agree.
for maybe one kid.
Oh, yeah, that one kid.
The kid is awesome.
What's his name? Slick?
The kid who's like 7 and just constantly
No, but
smoking
something
cigarettes.
like that.
Yeah, the kid's ripping cigs. What is his name? It's like Slick or something, but he's like
We'll-
the
we'll
only
find
one
it.
that's like an okay guy.
I like that kid, yeah. No, you're right. Ben is not a great person, but compared to all the other people around him, it makes him look better, I think.
I think you just kind of feel bad for him. You're just like, God.
Yeah, you're right. You feel bad for him, but he's arrogant as hell, yeah.
Yeah.
We're
here's the
actually
part.
at
When
the part.
when he meets his doctor, she's like a really hot lady, and he's
Oh,
like,
yeah,
"Hey,
this was
nice
messed up.
tits." That's the first thing he says to her.
That's the part that I was like, oh, he's not. This
was
is
like-
rough.
And I was like, "Oh, there's a thing here. We're doing a bit."
And
of
then
him
he
being an
does
awful guy.
sexually harass her. He slaps her on the butt on the way out. So that's not ideal. I'm not trying to defend this guy as a great human being, especially because some of the actions he takes later on in the book.
Yeah.
But you're right. You feel bad for him, and you're happy that he's standing up to in such a bold way.
I do have a theory, and we can get more into it later. But I think that this is an interesting book because it's a look at when someone's truly desperate and totally beaten down and fully out of good options. Like, what is that person capable of? I think that's what the book is about.
Okay,
Because
that's cool.
Without
he's
making
not
them like a
Katniss.
hero too, like not
Yeah.
heroizing them or making them into like it's kind of showing like the lowest common denominator, the lengths they'll go to, and keeping them in keeping with like it's like you hear about serial killers and like most serial killers are guys that are the low. Like Jeffrey Dahmer was like poor, hated his life, and just like went to these bounds because he just wanted something, and that's Ben has more in common with that person.
Yeah, 100%. Not one time do you even get a glimmer of, hey, he might actually take down the system here. Like most hero
No.
books, he has the same, like, we got to burn him to the ground. Like, how could they do this to us? He's got all that, but you never one time think he's got a snowflake's chance in hell in actually, like, making anything different. And I feel like that's where, Mac, you were saying it's depressing. It is, but I kind of was interested by the fact that I was like, oh yeah, this is just like, let's see how desperate man, like when his back is up against the wall, behaves. I feel like that's what the book is.
Yeah, see how far he goes. Almost like a Straw Dogs type thing. You guys remember that movie?
Yes. The one we saw with James Marsden, and then found out it was
Yeah,
a remake
man,
of like
that-
a great Sam Peckinpah film.
Yeah. Man, I don't know what that movie messed me up for a bit, but it's like, yeah, how far can a guy go when you push him to the limits? Exactly like you said. Also, I'm curious about what you guys thought. Ben does have weird morals. Like he has certain morals where like when after he made it into the show and they're like, "Okay, we're gonna give you, like, some downtime before we announce it. You can hang out in a hotel, do whatever you want. You can have a prostitute, who's really hot and you can bang," and he's like, "No, I'm married." And he sticks to that. He's like, "I'm not gonna cheat on my wife," which is very admirable, especially because his wife is turning tricks to, provide for his family. And so he's an interesting character, and he's like, "No, I'm a married man. I'm not gonna do that even though I'm probably gonna die in the next few hours." I don't know. He was just more complicated than I thought, and I think you're right, Mac.
Yeah.
That's why this is more entertaining in a lot of ways than the he's obviously not gonna cheat on his wife because he's a like, there was kind of like, "Will he? Will he do this?"
And
You don't know.
it's not that, like, when I say that everybody's unlikable, it doesn't mean it's not necessarily a bad thing. I think that's one thing I
Yeah.
did like about it is I feel like sometimes you lose reality a little bit when you make everybody super likable. And you kind
Yeah.
of lose it, like, the fact that he's like, "I'm not gonna sleep with somebody," you're like, "Okay, so there's a little nugget of good in him, but also he's gonna slap some chick's ass, say nice tits, and, like, verbally assault people and, like, is racist." But it's like it really does like, I think because of what the book is, you get more of who he is, and it gives you I feel like this is the most accurate representation. Like, we've been reading Dungeon Crawler Carl, and we would all love to be the guy that
Yeah.
kicks ass and takes
Yeah.
names, is bringing
Incorruptible.
you're fucking the
Yeah.
system up, and you can't make me do something I don't wanna do. And this book is just like, he is a piece of shit who's at the end of his rope, and he's not gonna make a difference, and he's
Yeah.
just doing his best, and he's literally just a running man. And, like, some people help him just because he, like, pays them. But, like, he wants
Yep.
to do good, and he tries to do good, but he fails, and then just continues to just be like, "Well, fuck it, I'm going."
Well, here we go. Well, I
But
will say one thing for Ben, he's super smart, and, like, he is ready. I think more so than certainly any of us 3 would be, unless, I don't know, one of you has, been memorizing the Dungeon Anarchist cookbook. And by that, I do mean the actual anarchist cookbook. You see how it's just gotten into every facet of
yeah,
my life,
yeah.
Dungeon Crawler Carl? My
Yeah.
goodness. Well, okay. He disguises himself. That's his first step. He gets fake identification. He's got like a black market guy who gives him a disguise. Then he goes to New York first and then to Boston. So he's moving constantly to stay ahead of the hunters, travels by bus, hides in motels, and briefly stays at a YMCA where he notices he's got a bunch of people converging on him. They don't look like cops, but he's like, I'm positive those are cops. So he goes down to the basement and he blows it up. There's some fuel down there and a lot of paper, and he lights it on fire and then dives into a manhole. It blows up, almost burns him real bad, and then he pops out in the ghetto.
The ghetto, the poor area, and the leader of the games, who we haven't talked about, what is that guy's name?
Killian.
Bruce.
Killian.
Nope. Yes.
I
Is
think
it
it's
Bruce
Killian.
Killian?
Yeah, Killian, who
Josh Brolin.
Josh Brolin
Yes.
in the movie. He gives him advice because he wants to see him,
Who's black? And they make a very
and he's the worst character.
and they make a point to talk about how black he is.
Yeah, he's
And
not
then
just
he
black,
is a
he's
monster.
so black. He's so black, and he's the most monstrous person you've ever met, and you're
Ben
like,
is
"Oh."
blown away by how black this guy is.
And so I've seen people be like on the comments of the movie because the character Coleman Domingo plays isn't black in the book, and people are like, "Oh, well, they're just race swapping." I'm like, "Yeah, but they didn't race swap." And I get it. I get why
I
they
think it's
didn't
probably a good
make.
call. It's like maybe we don't want to have an evil Negro. It's just what the
Yeah,
character is.
because that's seriously the impression it gets, and I think someone might even reference him that way. But anyway,
I think they do. I think he calls him
yeah,
that.
this guy tells Ben, he's like, "Hey, stick with your own kind," meaning people of your class, poor people.
Well, he meets up with Stacy, who is a little kid, and he's like, "Please, I need you to help me. You are literally my only hope." It wasn't his first choice, but he was like, "It's you or nobody." Who Stacy then goes and grabs his older brother, Bradley, who is a gang member. But he helps him hide. He kind of comes and he's like, "Look, you could get a lot of money for turning me in. Please don't do that." And Bradley's kind of cool about it. He's like, "Yeah, fuck him. Let's
Yeah,
take him down." And so he helps him out. Bradley, his family situation shows Ben sort of the full extent of the government corruption. He explains Bradley's been reading. So he and his gang they are reading a lot of books. And so they've learned about pollution and where the levels are actually at compared to what they're saying they're at. And that these really fancy air filters that the rich people put in their nose to keep them safe from the pollution, how they're actually incredibly inexpensive to make. And so they're just being suppressed on purpose to sort of keep control of the poor people. And of course, Bradley's younger sister is dying of lung cancer, even though she's just a little girl. So Ben is kind of like seeing the full brunt of it, learning about this, pseudo conspiracy to keep the air really polluted. Um, and they help him create new fake documents. They get a whole plan so that he can send in the tapes without his location being exposed. So they're going to be sort of taking his mail and forwarding it on, and also gets him to a safe room in Maine, which unfortunately, not that great of a safe room because the safe room owner's mom just rats him out, just calls the police because she's crazy.
That part made me so mad, and there's a lot I wanna talk about because Bradley might be my favorite character in this book. Like, if anything like, you think Ben is radicalized already, but no, this radicalizes him even more because he sees this three-year-old girl dying from cancer in the next room, and their family can't do shit about it, and it's absolutely terrible.
This little section, this is my favorite part for 2 reasons. Like, I liked the characters, they're fine, but my favorite part was that he in his tapes, he tries to, like, send a message talking about the pollution and pretty much just regurgitating everything that Bradley said. He's like, "I have a great idea. Let's do this." And then Bradley's like, "Okay." And they watch his tape play on, like, the Freevee thing or whatever, the government mandated TVs that they all have to have. And they've dubbed over his what he's saying and just have him saying like "F you guys and fuck everybody and I'm gonna kill your mom," and like make him look like a crazy person. And it's a bad dub, he even points out. And he kind of is just like, all right, well, that was my only plan. And I love that this movie, especially with like the times that we are living in right now, in this book, it kind of speaks to a way I feel sometimes where you're just so completely depowered to actually make change, especially like awakening people to how evil the government is or like stuff like that. And it's sad. It kind of made me, I think that's why I said it was depressing, is because it speaks to like I think there's two wolves in all of us, and there's Carl and there's Ben. And Carl is like, "You will not
Yeah.
break me, and I will kick everybody's ass, and I'm gonna fucking change, and I'm gonna make the world a better place." And the other one is like, "And that's not gonna work, and I just need money." And then
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
in this book really I think that's what depressed me about it, was just how much I was like, "That is exactly how it feels in real life all the time."
Yeah, it was sad, and I don't disagree with you. I thought it was good. I think maybe I'm naive because you and Evan have both said they're like, "There's no way he's gonna take him down." And I was reading the book, and I'm like, "When is he gonna take him down? Like, when is he gonna win? When is he gonna succeed?" Like, the odds are stacked against him. But I don't know. Maybe I'm just way too naive, or I read way too many fantasy books. I mean, I'm a pretty negative guy, but I was just waiting for it to happen. And sometimes it doesn't happen, and that's okay, and that's good too, because Ben's grit is what carries you through this. Because 'cause you're like, he might not, but man, he's gonna try his freaking best, and I wanna see what happens." And even when everything goes wrong, like, he gets to the safe house in Maine, he'd been in the trunk, his legs were, like, numb or whatever, he's not traveling nicely, he gets to Maine, he meets this nice fat guy who lives with his mom, and he's like, "I'm gonna take care of you, man, I'm gonna take care of you." Immediately, the mom calls the police, like, immediately, and I was so infuriated, but then he's just on the run again, and that's kinda realistic how people are too. Just because the mom sees someone, like, she's gonna turn on him. Just because her son is doing the good thing doesn't mean she's gonna go along with it. She's gonna turn on him, and she does. Idiot.
Yeah. Cannot catch a break. And I like Mac, you're totally right. When he sees that they've dubbed him and like made him say all this stuff, he's like, "Oh, whatever. Who cares? I tried." he's like
Yeah.
he's like, maybe some deaf people that can read lips will know more about where to
Yeah.
get air filters, you
He's
know?
really like, hopefully some of the deaf people will figure this out.
Yeah, exactly. So he is now, like Kyle said, the fat dude's mom calls the cops are coming, and the fat guy is like, "Ah, we should call him something that like his name. What's his name?"
Yeah, we can't call him the fat guy.
I don't
He
remember.
does more. He's a pretty nice,
Yeah,
good
he's a good part of
character.
the book. I did appreciate shout out to the people, the whoever did the Audible or did the audiobook. I appreciated that they got a black person to do the audiobook
Oh,
because
that
of
way.
how racist the book was, and I was like, "Thank you." Also, another joke that I already made about Joker, but it just makes me laugh, is there's a lot of books about, like, if a white person has to live a poor black person's life, they do crazy shit. In Joker, he loses his mind and shoots a guy on TV, and this, he's like, "I guess I gotta be on the TV and run for my life." And there's just all these black people just be like, "This is what we do." And it's
Yeah,
just
like, and he meets Bradley, and Bradley's like, "I got it arguably way worse than you, and I'm just surviving, dude,
yeah,
and I'm
I'm
not
doing
doing this."
just fine, yeah.
Yeah, he's like, "I'm not entering into the games. I'm actively making the people around me's life better by."
Yeah, I'm trying to give back to my community. He's just
Yeah,
like, "But I can't be black for another day. I can't do it."
Elton,
Elton.
Elton.
It's sweet Elton, and his mom
sweet.
calls him LT, and she says, "I'm
Mhm.
doing this for you, LT," when she calls the cops. Um,
Yeah, and then
and
LT dies because of
Mhm,
that.
mhm.
yeah,
Because
he
he's like,
saves him. He risks
yeah,
his life for Ben
yeah,
and
he's like,
dies.
"I'm gonna read him. He's like, yeah, the steering column of the air cars that they have, which he's not really descriptive, but it's like a floating car. It's like shooting air down at the road, so it doesn't fly, but it's like anyways, it hovers. So there's like a steering column, it's gone through him, and Ben's like, "Oh, you're gonna die," and he's like, "I'll just lead him on a chase." He's like, "You gotta hide," and so he is stranded now at a construction site, um, and he's cornered and just out of options, and they know roundabout where he is. He barely gets away by the skin of his teeth. So he's like, "I gotta mail." He says, "I gotta mail these 2 tapes, so the money keeps coming in, so that means I gotta go into town, and then I have to make something happen fast." So he, arranges for the tapes to get, put in the mailbox, and then he kidnaps Amelia Williams, a middle-class woman with an air car. He orders her to drive him to an airfield so that he can hijack a plane. That is now his plan, and she is terrified, but he calls the press and says, "You gotta get over here. I am Ben Richards. I have kidnapped a woman, and you're gonna wanna see this." So the press shows up. So now the hunters and the cops can't kill Amelia because the press is watching. So very, very smart by Ben Richards.
Mhm. Human shield action.
Yeah, it's rough.
Yeah.
um,
Oh man,
Go ahead.
Amelia. No, just poor Amelia. She's just driving to get groceries, and Ben makes her think, like, because she's like, "Why are you doing?" She starts crying. She's like, "Why are you holding me hostage?" And he's like, "Oh, it's because my little girl's dying." He's like, "Do you think that's okay? Do you think that's okay that my girl's dying of a preventable illness?" And he's just so real with her, and it's kind of refreshing to see a middle class person see this is how the lower class lives, and just be confronted by it. That was kind of satisfying part, all while he's holding her hostage. Um, and freaking, he's a super smart guy. Every move he makes, I would not have made, um, to stay alive longer, and then that's why it's a fun read.
Yes. As they drive, Amelia does sort of realize the government has lied about the show, that they've made him out to look way worse than he actually is. The broadcast footage has been manipulated, and that despite kind of the fear that she has, she starts to kind of root for him a little bit. She gets a whole like Stockholm syndrome thing going
Mhm.
where she starts to see him as more victim than villain. That especially kicks in when the cops try and kill her. Before the press kind of gets there, they're like shooting at her window, and she's like, "Oh my gosh, like they don't care about me at all."
He's like, "That's what I've been telling you. They don't care about any of us.
That's what I've been
Any
trying to
of
say the
us,
whole time.
I've been trying this
yeah,
is exactly what I've been talking about." Edgar Wright,
yeah.
it's not too late. We can reshoot the movie. I am free.
Max available.
I'm tech avail.
The
No,
movie comes out in 2 weeks. You're like, reshoots, just reshoots. The main
yeah, just
character.
they did it with Tig Notaro in that Army of the Dead movie.
Oh yeah, they did.
Put me in. Glenn's busy. You don't need him.
Come on.
Yeah, I didn't really care about him. I did like this part. I thought it was interesting, but I didn't care. I don't know what it is. I didn't care about her
It's
as a
because
person.
it's like
Fascinating.
I cared about her, but like she's a middle class white suburban woman, and we've just seen the rest of the world. So it's like,
Yeah.
oh, she's fine. Like, she'll be fine.
This is just a bad day, and they probably have magical drugs that they can just give her, and she'll be like, "I barely even remember." I
Yeah.
but it was this is I think this is also I think for me personally, it's just like I said with the 2 wolves, this is where I started not like disassociate, but you know when you just kinda get so depressed that you just stop caring, the apathy
Yeah.
kind of starts to take you.
Mm.
I've I started to kinda have that in these moments where I'm just like, "This isn't going good," and I just was just like, "Oh, shit," and I was, like, forcing it was so hard to get through because I just felt it
Really?
you do feel powerless, like, I think I was just
Powerless.
I also do that
Yeah.
thing where I over what's the word I'm looking for? Like,
Insert yourself?
I over insert myself.
Yeah.
Oh,
Classic Mac
so
move.
far into these books. Let me tell you,
Man, they cannot take it.
I can't take
Getting
all
in there.
this, and it's so inserted. But because I inserted myself so much, I
Gross.
think there was like a despondency that like I kind of felt about Ben's situation,
Where
and
you're
like,
like, "We're not gonna make it."
yeah, I just started to be like, this is bad.
He's like,
Like
"Just
we're
pull
not
over
gonna.
and shoot a few people, man. You can't win."
Yeah, I was like, put the gun in your mouth, Chief. It's over.
That's one way to read the book, yeah.
Bite the gun. But I mean, that is the point
But
of it. Like, it is
that's
very
what he's trying to
successful
do.
in what the story is.
Yeah, yeah. They're not
Yeah.
trying to give you glimmers of hope by any means.
No, this is Stephen King just being like, "Look how shitty it could be.
Wow.
Look how bad it is." He even has to tell some lady, and she's like, "Oh, okay."
Yeah.
Yeah. You know that super annoying thing in stories where everything magically works out? It's like at the last minute, the Deus Ex Machina thing.
Yes, yes, yes,
Mhm.
yes.
There's several of like whatever the opposite of that is, like devil out of the machine. It's
Yeah,
like
the devil in the making or whatever. It's just that he just fails.
yeah,
Yeah.
a
Something
great
goes
plan.
wrong. Yeah.
Yeah, but just like
But
an
yeah.
overzealous mom with curlers in her hair is like, I called the cops. It's
Like,
like it
And you
shouldn't have
just
happened.
but that it's like it reminded me reading this book had a lot of moments that it's like that feeling when you're already in a hurry and then your belt catches on like your door. You're just like,
oh.
"Fuck," and like you
Oh,
almost
man.
lose it. There was so many of those where I was like,
Okay.
"God,
Yeah,
just
It
yeah.
can't
really was just
win."
kind of yeah, one thing after another.
As it should be. That's what makes the book interesting, and it makes it an easy read.
And that's how life is. Life is getting your
Just
belt
one
caught,
battle after
you
another.
know? Yeah. Um, the stakes aren't always this high though.
They've never been
Thank
Yeah.
higher
goodness.
like this for me, luckily.
This is as
Yeah.
high as it gets, I think.
I would
I
hope.
think
Not
I
not too
don't
much higher. Yeah.
your
I
your
don't
your
wanna find out
family's
another
dying,
one.
everyone's trying
Yeah.
to kill you.
It's pretty bad. Yeah.
Yeah.
So they do get to the airfield.
Should
Uh
we write a sequel that's in hell he's in hell, and he finds out, like, it's
he's
like,
still
"Oh, I'm a
running.
bad guy." And that was like, "If you can get out of here, you can go to heaven." And it's just a whole book of him trying to get out of hell.
I
And
would
then
read that. You
But it's
know I
like the
would read
painting,
that.
everyone's trying to drag him down and
yeah,
oh man.
we'll take a lot of Dante stuff in there, and he'll just be
Yeah.
like, all these horrible tests, and, like, at one point, he just has to be nice to a black guy. Uh,
You just don't call him the N-word.
yeah, and it's like, "You
I
have a
do like
test. What is this person?" And he's just
yeah,
sitting there like,
you pointed out,
"Nah."
you're like, "This is our main
No.
character," and there's a point where they're testing him, and he's just saying all the bad words he knows to make him mad, and you're right. The N-word is the second one he says, so
It's
that
the
was up there.
second thing
That
he
was
said. They're
he
doing a
had that one
Rorschach
ready.
test.
Well, they do get to the airfield. Ben claims that he has a bomb. So the whole cavalry's there. Again, the press is there too, though, so they can't shoot the hostage. And he's like, I'll kill her. And he claims that he's got enough C4 to basically blow up the whole airfield. There's all these fuel tanks. He knows exactly where they are. This is the part where I was like, how do you know all this stuff, dude?
But he's smart.
Um,
Does it say was he in the military or something? Because he's super, super smart.
He
he's
wasn't.
had like a ton of jobs. And then
I think that's
like industrial, yeah, whatever Matt
Yeah,
Damon in Elysium, he's like the same energy.
yeah.
I think he's just accumulated a lot of knowledge. He knows where the fuel tanks are though, and he's like, I'm gonna blow up this whole place and all of these people, and that's gonna be on you, and you don't want that. And he gets on the plane. His bluff takes him all the way, and they're like, okay, we'll give you a plane to wherever. And then last minute, he takes the like captain of all of the hunters and Amelia, gets them on the plane as well, and they take off.
I love it because he confronts the main hunter, like, this guy who's supposed to be his one job is finding and killing these
his
guys.
name McCone or McEnroe or
Yeah,
something.
something like
It's
that.
Evan.
Evan. It's
Yeah, yeah,
Evan.
it is Evan.
The guy's name is Evan, and he comes face to face with him, and he's like, "Okay, I'm going on this plane. Actually, you're coming with me." He's like, "You come with me because if they shoot me down, they're gonna kill you too." And he's just I don't know, the balls on this guy are gigantic. I'm surprised the plane could even take off because of the bluffs he's pulling and the stuff he's saying. Very entertaining.
So, yes, 100%,
Mhm.
and this is where you're like, "Okay," like, I mean, he kinda made it now, he's, like,
Yeah.
in the air, they're taking him wherever he wants to go, and, he opens communications with the games network, specifically Killian, that evil guy, from before. So, he now learns the truth. He
Killian, who happens to be a very dark man.
The most evilest of things, a dark,
super
dark
evil,
man.
dark.
His skin is so
Um,
dark. Who wrote this? The guy who wrote the Book of Mormon? Gee whiz.
gee
Gee whiz, oh, get a load of this. Oh, gosh.
don't
We're
Never
on a
did.
plane with McCone, Amelia Bedelia, and the
oh,
pilots who
yeah.
are actually really nice guys and like Ben.
He opens up the TV on the plane. Killian's right there. He's like, "Hey, I can hear you," just as a heads up. And he's like, "Whoa, the TV is talking to me." I don't know why he's surprised by that, but I thought it was
Because
funny.
it's the 80s, and
Yeah.
he's like, "Wow,
Could you
look at this
believe video
communication, that's
call?
amazing." But
Wow.
it's limited though because Killian can't see him. So
Yeah, it's true.
the
He can just
technology's
hear him.
limited. Yeah.
So he does tell him, "Hey, heads up, your family's dead." And it all kind of sinks in for Ben at this point. He's like, "All of this was for nothing." He's like, "Yeah, they just died in like a random break-in the same day you started running. So you don't need to like think about the money, but you've done a really good job. This is insane. You stole a plane. Would you like a job?" He offers him the job of the guy who he's kidnapped, the leader
The
of the hunters.
headhunter, yeah.
Yeah. He accepts, the job and has sort of lost all hope, and he's like, "I don't know, who like, whatever, who cares?" Accepts the job, and then, hangs up and kills everyone on board.
Yeah, that part, I was
And,
like, "Jesus Christ."
This whole series of events where he's like, "By the way, your wife's dead." That crushed me more than anything because that's who he's been doing
Yeah.
it. Not only is his wife dead, he's like, "Yeah, she was stabbed 67 times." Like, she was brutally murdered, as was his baby daughter. So horrifying. Everything he's been doing has been for nothing. And then he's like, "Yeah, and, you know, come work for us. It'll be cool." You
Here's
know?
you want an attaboy? We got an
Yeah,
attaboy right here for you.
seriously.
Wanna come
And,
sit on
like
daddy's
Oh,
lap? Be
yeah,
that's
bad.
and
it.
Ben is, like, distraught. He's
It's
like,
that.
"Can I think about it?" He's like, "Yeah, you have half an hour to think about it." He's like, "I'll give you a little bit of time to think about it. That makes sense. You found out your family's dead." Um,
And
and
Ben's
for a
like, "You
s
know what? While I'm thinking about it, fucking don't talk,
well, and
Yeah.
for a
Yeah,
second
everybody.
for a second, I'm like, "He should take it." I'm like because that's how this book has led it.
No.
It's like
What?
because I'm like, that's how gritty this book is. It's a
Kyle, I'm
Stephen King,
learning
Richard
so
Bachman.
much
I'm
Oh,
about
like,
you today."
he's gonna take it and then become the thing he swore to destroy. That's where I thought it was going.
that
But
would have been
then
even more tragic.
That would've been
yeah,
so
it's
Yeah.
sad.
because that would have been more tragic, but then he's like, "No." And he kills everyone on board. He does throw Amelia out of the airplane door with a parachute. She may or may not survive. She might not know how parachutes work. So
In my head, she didn't. I'm like, "I bet she couldn't figure this out."
so he
I
he
actually
tries to
think
save her, but
no, I think he does. He
go
goes
ahead.
out of his way to make sure it's like it's his second to last thing. He's like, "I'm gonna do
Yeah.
these things in order. 1, I'm gonna make sure Amelia's safe.
Mhm.
2, I'm gonna take as many people as I can with me." So he's been shot in the gut. His intestines
Oh,
are,
yeah,
like,
Evan
hanging out. He's,
Oh,
Evan
they're
like,
shoots him in the
trying.
stomach. Yeah.
Yeah, he's trying to, like, hold him in, and he's, like, passing out, fading in and out of consciousness, and he's like, "Okay, this strap goes yeah, okay, you gotta clip that
Oh, yeah, he
strap to
does
this
fit her
one."
with it, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then he's like, "Okay, pull that really hard. No, other one. Okay, yep." And he's, like, holding his guts in at the time.
It's totally what happens. He's holding his guts in, and he's
Yeah.
telling her how to put the parachute on, and she's like, "I don't wanna do it." He's like, "I don't care." He's like, "It's
He's
that
like,
or I
"This
shoot
is
you."
really just your only option. The plane's gonna
Yeah.
crash." I know you know he cares because he shoots the little, the things that are gonna blow the door off the back of the plane, he shoots them, and it doesn't happen at first, and he's so dejected, he's like, "Oh, I can't even save Amelia. And then it blows and she gets
Yeah.
sucked out. And he's like, all right,
Thank
let's
God.
crash this plane.
He's like, let's do it.
What are you doing? Crashing this plane.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
go ahead, Evan.
They expect one of us for the wreckage, brother.
Go ahead.
Who would shoot a man before throwing him out of a plane?
Yeah, so imagine that, but like no mask. A dude's been shot. His leg is broken. He's
Yeah.
holding in his intestines. He's
Yeah,
like, I was
his-
born in the darkness.
And then he spits up blood a bit because he's dying. He's actively dying. So
But he's
It's
at
a
the back
cool-
of the plane,
yeah.
and now he's like, I got one more thing to do. And he has to crawl to the front of the plane. But at this point, and Stephen King, bless his heart, goes into great detail to tell you
Yeah.
just how out his intestines are at this point because
They're,
they
like,
keep
trailing
getting
or
caught
something.
on
Yeah.
shit.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh, it's gory.
I
And
said
then he's
I
gotta
was hitting the
go
10-second
back.
button on this. I was like, let's just get. Come on.
It
You
was-
know where it's going.
Yeah, I was like, let's just get to the end of this.
He's reaching for the levers to take control of the plane, and he can't get any farther because one of his intestines is like stuck on one of the seats, so he has to go back and like unhook it. I was like, ugh.
Yeah.
So he finally does get into the cockpit, and he steers it directly into the Games Network skyscraper. And so it's awesome. It opens with Killian just at his desk, and then he looks up, and here comes a plane, and Ben's giving him the finger, and boom. And like the last words of the book or something like there was a huge fireball, and it rained fire for blocks, like 20 blocks. Yeah. The end, you know?
Oh,
It's great.
so badass. So
And
badass.
Your
that
hero
ending.
does a 9/11.
Yeesh. Kyle specifically asked you not to call it that.
I
He
said
does
that at
his-
the beginning, and
Sorry.
you live in New York.
But he does one.
What are you supposed to
That's
What
what
is
am I
that?
supposed
He
to call
crashes.
it?
Our hero crashes
Name
a plane
another-
into a
give-
building full of bad guys.
But yes, it was that when that happened, I was like, there. A part of me was like, yeah, and then I was like,
But we-
Wait, why? What do you
Because
Yeah,
mean?
why?
Because it's like he doesn't change it. He just kills a bunch of like the workers.
Yeah.
You know what
Well,
I mean?
we-
Like it's the people who keep the system in place. They're not exactly without guilt, but it is just wanton murder. And it's like nothing actually changes. They'll just get new people, build a new building. You know what I mean? Like I
Yeah.
had the realization
Yeah.
of just like, yeah, I guess, yeah. In our
Yeah.
time,
Yeah.
we have seen somebody do this in real life and see what happens, and they just killed all those people, and it was awful. And that's what I thought of.
Interesting, because I thought, man, what, like, his final breath to the final thing, he's defiant, he's flipping him off, and we know the people in this building, they're, especially the high ups, they're bad people. They run the games. You're right. There's some innocent people, and they're like the girl he slapped on the ass, who is probably just doing what she's trying to do. So he sexually harassed her and then killed her. That's not cool.
Not
But
great.
like
Not
it was
typically
it was
cool.
not cool.
Just on the
Objectively,
record, yeah. I was just
we
like
don't think
that
that's cool.
combination.
Don't
not
do
good.
that. You,
Not
if you-
cool.
the only butts you slap are butts that consent.
Yep, exactly. So he made a dent. He made a dent.
My butt consents.
There we go.
Everyone, if you see Mac, give him a good old smack on that cake,
But make sure I consent first.
and he will consent
And I
by
will.
winking at you.
I'll
Yes.
You will
just give
consent.
you a thumbs up.
Okay, I give you one of these or one of these, and you can't see that. That's the listener.
Yeah,
But if you're cool, you get it.
You're gonna
you
know.
get it. But
You'll
he
just
makes
understand.
he makes more of an impact than anyone else has during the show, and I like to think that Bradley saw that, and he
But
just
also
he
he-
gave him a hell yeah. He's like, hell yeah, man, you did something.
I mean, yeah, Bradley does give him a hell yeah, but it's also that thing of like, well, now he is exactly what they've been leading everybody on to believe he is. You know, it's like like he fulfilled the prophecy of being a horrible piece of shit because now he's done an act of terrorism.
Yeah,
So that was the part where I was just like, oh, so now like even if somebody found his like the deaf people would be like, oh, he's a monster. I shouldn't. He must have been making stuff up. You know, like it just undoes any chance of actual change. Which I was just like,
maybe,
Yeah,
maybe, but
it's-
maybe.
I'm actually with Mac on this one. It's just like it is heavy because it does not. I don't know if I'm sure Stephen King did this on purpose. You don't. I think he goes out of his way. You don't end the book feeling like he got him. He did it.
yeah, it
You're
doesn't
just
feel
like,
like
oh.
a win.
Like okay, like he took a bite. He took a bite out of it, but like. Yeah, there's no implication or even like nothing to indicate that this might potentially make any difference at all.
But then there's also, I mean, it's a big act. It's the biggest act against the Games Commission that's probably ever happened. And so I'm like, it's not nothing. And you're right. In a society where like they're thriving on those games, it's not nothing that he took a bite out of them and maybe made some people realize, hey, this drives people to do horrific things. And so I don't know why I looked at this book more hopefully than I should have, because it's not a hopeful book. Like he's dying for half the book. Um, but I'm like, maybe it did make some impact. That's what I like to believe, and it's vague. At least the ending.
I think because of, like, just the because of where we are now,
And
we've seen the outcome of somebody trying to make a change by flying a plane into a building, and it's not successful, and all it led to was more carnage and terror. So it's like, with that lens, when I read that, because of where we are now, I was just like, "Oh, so this is a fucked up, sad book, and this is fucked up and sad," you know?
Okay, in 1982, I think
It
yeah,
was different, but I'm saying through my lens
through your
now,
lens, absolutely.
reading it,
yeah.
I'm like, well, with all the context we have now, I'm like, so this would have been a loss. Like in
And see,
1982, it would
yeah,
have
I
maybe been
see.
a little bit of a
Yeah.
win. It would have been like, yeah, fuck the man. Like at least you took some out with you on your way down. Like in the 80s, it was probably like, yeah. But now, because of the context of where like what's happened in the world, you're just like, oh no, they probably made it so that like in the games they like actually they just like trank down the people before the game starts and they film like a month and then they just shoot them. Like they just like it probably makes it harder to even be a running man. You know what I mean? Once the new game runners get set up, like that's just where
It's
my
just such
mind
a
went.
pessimistic way.
But
And
that's what
like
the book
I
is also speaking to. The book is
and
so pessimistic.
the book is very pessimistic. It's Stephen King, okay? Like, that's the guy who wrote it. I don't care don't try to be Richard Bachman, you were Stephen King the whole time. But
You
I
That's the
liar.
twist.
like, yeah, that's the twist. I saw it more of, like, not a guy flying a plane into a building, which we know, to your point, does not work in anyone's favor ever. It was more a guy, like Evan said, taking a bite out of a corrupt system. It probably won't do anything, but there's a small chance it'll help people see, "Oh, maybe this isn't what we thought." And if anything, they'll change the way they do it, maybe for the better, maybe for the worse. That's how I saw it. The way
Yeah,
you see it too, probably a lot more how it's written in the text.
yeah.
The villain, though, the guy that's pulling the strings unapologetically and just sort of laughing at people's suffering, the real I don't know if you remember him, like, the real dark kinda character, Killian.
Yeah.
It's like
Oh, yeah,
real
that guy.
dark character, yeah.
Super dark
Yeah,
guy
yeah.
who is just the worst.
Unambiguously dead at the end. So,
Yes,
for
so that's
sure,
what.
that guy's dead.
So that's a
Maybe
win.
we close on a win. Although, also, towards the end there, people are getting they're, like, rising up. So, I guess maybe you could be like, "Okay, maybe something got started here."
Ooh,
And then that makes it
yeah.
easier to do horrible things to the people that are rising up. And now it's like, oh, so they just militarized the police and shot all the people that were like the worst uprisers, and everybody slowly stopped. Like that's just what you know what I mean. And
That's
like, I
true.
get, but it's just
That's
because
what
we've seen that happen. We've seen
No,
these
you're right.
things, and I
That's
think
what
that's
will
the
likely
tough.
happen.
Yeah.
That's what will likely happen, and that's hard, but maybe something different will happen. I have a question for you. Had it been a different act instead of flying the
Flying a
specific
plane
act
into
of
a building.
flying a plane into a building,
Yeah.
flying planes into anything has never been a good thing throughout
No,
history.
and I
But what
like
if it
Except
was
this.
a
for except for the Hudson.
That's
God
true.
bless Sully. Mr.
Shout out to
Sully,
Sully.
hats off to
so
you.
Yep,
hats off
we
to
like you,
you. He
Sully.
was listening to Evanescence during that. Just
No,
kidding.
he was
Watch the
not. Are you
rehearsal.
I
serious?
don't think that's
Watch the
real. Isn't
rehearsal.
that
He
the
makes the
rehearsal?
what
That's awesome.
in the rehearsal, Nathan Fielder tries to make that argument. It doesn't really hold up, but it's funny.
Yeah, because he's like, I think that the
Wake
exact
me
amount of
up.
time that
Yeah.
exact amount of time from the bird hit to the water is the same exact
Is
amount
the
of time as the
and we
evanescence.
and we know he was listening to his headphones, and there's a chance he had that on anyway.
But
So
Okay,
would it have been
okay.
different if it was a different act for you,
I
Mikhaila?
think
Would it
I actually do think maybe, but I think because of it was like a full hour. I had like an hour left, and I was just like bombing through this, trying to get it done. And so, like, when you're just inhaling this, and it's such a sad book,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
you just have your head in your hands and just like shoving it into your brain. And then that happens. I think whatever it would have been, just because of the way that because of the way the book is, like
Yeah.
him
You're
blowing
not
himself up in the building would also have been just like, ah, well, and it's because it's the language of the book really does, even though there is
Yeah,
a little bit of an uprising, the book really supports that this is a futile act of revolution.
yeah.
Like,
And you're not wrong because that's how the book is written.
yeah,
That's
So
true.
you're not
Like the book tells me that, and then the context of now in our life, I'm just like, well, now that I know what happens when you fly a plane into a building, this is bad.
It's a different, yeah, it's a whole nother thing.
But maybe
Yeah.
this time it'll be different.
This
Said
time,
everyone who ever flew a plane into a building.
yeah, those three
Kyle.
guys.
Kyle with the wildest takes I've ever even heard, dude.
Oh my gosh.
Something in the
It's
water
been a
at
day.
the
It's been
Dunshee
a
house.
day.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But to be
it's
fair,
called, we've been sick for 2 fucking months. That's what's in the water. Every damn virus known to man.
Jesus
Oh,
Christ.
Sick
no.
of it.
Get some vitamins over to Kyle if you can. But I do appreciate Kyle's optimism, and I mostly am an optimistic person. This book,
Yeah, you are.
just the way I read it,
Wore
like,
you down.
Yeah.
you know, it
Yeah.
wears you down. It is a sad
It is.
novel
Yeah.
that will just beats you down mercilessly, and I can't wait to see the movie because at least
Can't
the
wait.
movie. I'm assuming
I
they're
think-
going to take the 9/11 out of the movie.
See,
They
that's
got
the thing.
You got to think that they do.
There's scenes on a
There's
plane.
no
though.
way.
There
There's
are.
no way they keep this ending. Like,
Well, we'll
we
have to
place
see.
bets now.
The Running Man is a book by a man pretending to be another man about a man who gets help from another man to pretend to be another man, to try not to get killed by all the men working for one man, but not just one man, the man. It's a book about sticking it to the man. One man's journey from hunted man to hunting man to beat the running man by running a plane into a man. The end.
No notes. Beautiful.
Beautiful
Poetry.
beautiful stuff, man.
Well,
Should we get
For the listener, Evan is sitting back with just the happiest look of just like
the shit
satisfaction.
eating grin?
A
Yeah.
face that I don't think I've seen from him, but I know his wife has. If you catch me through that,
Yeah.
this is a very similar
constantly.
constant.
My goodness. Well,
I think I
what
saw that
fun
when we watched.
facts?
Never mind. I was gonna say I saw that face when we watched certain movies at McKylan's house.
Oh my god!
There you go. Lawless. That was a game
Yeah.
changing moment for me. Alrighty. Well, Stephen King, let's see. Just a little fun facts. We were talked about whole book written in 7 days. That's wild. Cocaine was definitely involved. Richard Bachman, yep, that was Stephen King being like, could I do it again? Okay, it did make it into Arnold Schwarzenegger does crash a plane into a skyscraper, but they changed it for TV when they run it on TV after 9/11.
What
I
does
don't
he
know what
do
they
then?
changed it to.
You
I don't
know?
know. I'd have to look.
They edited
Maybe I'll watch it tonight because
Yeah, tell us. I'm actually curious. I don't know if you have to watch it after we just talked about how bad that movie was.
It's not good.
Yeah.
The fun facts, the story predicts paid reality TV death games.
But I mean, it did predict like Naked and Afraid. If you
Yeah,
ever
yeah,
watched,
those-
like they do make
Oh,
people,
okay.
I mean,
and it does
freaking-
kind of predict survival. Like imagine
Squid Games,
30
kinda?
years from now, yeah, Squid.
Yeah.
Oh my
Squid
god,
Games
between Squid
situation.
Games, Hunger Games, Battle Royale. Oh my god,
It's everywhere now.
there's so many of these. How do we not?
How have we not learned?
How have we not changed? How are 40 million people losing Snap? We had these books for years.
Yeah, that's happening right. That's today.
That's happening
It's
right
today.
now.
Gosh.
How is this possible?
That's it.
Oh,
This
not
book came out
good.
in the 80s.
80s.
No, come on. Ridiculous.
Well, here's a thing that Stephen King said later after he was outed as Richard Bachman. The world found out. He said that Bachman had died of cancer of the pseudonym, which is clever.
Okay, we get it. You write books. You write a
Yeah.
lot of books.
he does rip books. I would also recommend people read his book on writing. It's great.
Oh, really?
I would love to read that. We should read that. It'd be
We
awesome.
should.
It's a good
If
book.
there's not a scene where a guy's holding his intestines in and forcing a lady out of a plane, I'm not interested in it.
Well, okay. Well, that's exciting. This week we read Stephen King. I was gonna say something. I just started talking. Somebody take over.
Yes, we
Okay.
read Stephen King. I'm
We
Evan
read
Cannell.
Ste-
That's McKylan. And that's McKylan.
Things in my room, elements. I have light, mic, hair,
Oh.
hat, shirt. I wear pants. I have glasses. My favorite color, blue.
Man, that didn't go great.
Go ahead, Evan.
Well, let's run some hypothetical questions then. Yeah, if you lived in this world, which deadly game show would you sign up for and why?
I would do Running Man. I feel like out of all the games, because I
Wow.
feel like the other ones are worse. I don't want to
No,
swim with
well,
crocodiles.
I would do swimming with crocodiles. I think I'm a pretty strong swimmer, and if I trained, I think I'd be okay. I would lose a limb or 2, 100%, but I think I'd walk away alive.
No, see, I'm like I want the bang for my buck. Like if I have to do something dangerous to get money, I'd
You wanna
rather
die.
I want it to be a big fucking check. You know what I mean?
Okay, yeah.
Like I want to leave it all on the table. I don't want to lose my arm for like $100. You know what I mean? Like
That's
that
fair,
sounds
that's fair.
terrible.
I
What about
think
you, Evan?
so. I get PVCs sometime, which is just like your heart skips a beat. If I drink too much caffeine or I haven't had a lot of sleep, that happens. So I could just manufacture that situation and get on the treadmill show because then I'm making money and my heart's not that bad. There's just weird things that happen sometimes.
That's
So there's
fair.
a chance I get paid and get healthier. My heart's better. I don't know.
Yeah,
Maybe they give me one of those nose filters and I'm chilling.
nice.
Not bad. That's not bad. I like it.
Um, well, that's all 3 of the games that were mentioned. So
That's the only ones we have.
so we got them. Okay, well, what about this? Would modern social media audiences, do you think people
Yes.
would watch The Running Man?
We were obsessed with these movies already. So like the Amazing
I
Race is a thing. I think the only issue
No
people would
one's
have is
dying.
that they're dying. I think, but if you
Yeah,
made it like criminals, I think people wouldn't mind as much.
I think
Yeah,
I'd say no right now, give it 10 years, absolutely.
10 years
I
and it's like death row inmates who are going to die
100% people are
and
watching
boom.
that shit.
Yeah.
Pedophiles, people are watching that shit gladly.
Oh my God. I would watch a show where they just let a it's like, we're hunting a pedophile today. I'd be like, put it on. It's time. It's coming on right
Mm.
after Love is Blind. Let's go.
okay, of the 3 of us, I'm gonna switch this one up a little bit. Who, if we're in a Running Man situation separately, who's living the longest?
I'd say Evan. I'd say
I
I don't
I don't
do well
know.
under pressure. I just
That's my
I
only
don't
thing is like I don't know as much, but I'm so much more like reactive. And I feel like I could handle the emotional stress a little bit better. Not well.
Yeah, I think I'd overplan,
okay,
overanalyze,
and
and
then you
walk
just get
myself
shot
right
while
into a
yeah,
trap. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
okay.
Like you'd be sitting there in the hotel making the plan and they'd walk up with a gun and put it in the back of your head. You're like, oh
Yeah.
fuck.
I
Yeah,
think I think I would surprise people, but die pretty quickly.
That I agree.
okay.
I think people would be surprised at the bodies that you rack up. I feel like you would
Yeah,
find a way to rack up some kills.
yeah.
I think
But
out of
I give it to
anybody,
Mac.
you have the best body count.
Yeah, totally.
I think Evan has the
Yeah.
best plan. He just doesn't get to do it.
Yeah, but the Notebook, they're like, "Man, this really would've
This
worked."
guy
This
was
would
gonna
have
make
worked. Oh man,
it.
had we not shot him so fast.
Damn, we should have let him do this. This would have been great TV.
So I think maybe Mac. That's what
I
I
make
would
it the
think.
longest, but by like a day.
Yeah,
I think we're all one day
We're
after the other.
yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
No one's getting on any
Alrighty.
planes.
I couldn't take over a plane. Oh my god.
No, I don't know how to fly a plane.
Okay.
Well, book in one word. Let's wrap it up. What do you think?
Explosive.
Ah,
I have
Propulsive.
what?
perplexive?
Propulsive.
It's not a
Propulsive.
word. Just
Is
kidding.
that a
Google
real
it.
word? For real?
Propulsive? Yeah.
As in you're
I am
propulsing
calling
something.
your bluff.
Propulsion.
I don't think that's a word.
Propulsive.
Oh, propulsive, like okay,
Propulsive.
fine.
Is that a word?
Propulsive?
Yeah, it is a word. God damn it. Okay, fine. My
You
word
just
is Glenn.
Glenn.
What was yours again, Kyle?
Explosive.
Explosive.
Sticking to it.
Propulsive
Propulsive
Glenn.
Glenn.
And
Glenn.
I'm Glenn.
So I think I am a leave it on the shelf. It's fun. I I wouldn't recommend it probably.
No. I would say
Yeah.
listen to this part. If you're interested in the book, listen to this before you see the movie, but otherwise just go see the movie.
Yeah, I enjoyed the read, but leave it on the shelf.
All right. We're
This is just
0 out
unpaid
of
promo
3
for
for the
Running
movie
Man.
that hasn't come out.
Yeah.
This was to make sure Evan and
Hopefully
I
it's good.
Yeah. This was to help us get into Stephen King so we could say that we did and to promote this movie with our pal Glenn.
Yeah, next time let's just do Pet Cemetery. Let's just go to the
Let's just get
the
one of the
classics.
to
classics.
be
Or
fair-
Carrie. Let's just do Carrie.
Yeah, let's just
the
do
main
Carrie.
one. Yeah.
Oh, gross, no.
Took a weird back door through the pseudonym. Let's just go to the main act.
Yeah, let's just get to it. You know what I mean? Let's cut the foreplay. Sorry, Kyle.
That's the right answer. Incredible. Well, another book in the books. Thank you, Mr. Stephen King / Richard Bachman. And a special shout out to our fake sponsor, vitamins. Honestly, Kyle, you
Start
just
taking them
Guys, I
regularly.
take emergency like every damn day. It
That's
doesn't
not the
matter.
right thing. You need to take actual vitamins. You gotta see. This is what I do.
Okay, what are you saying? Actual vitamins? Like
I-
tell us
vegetables?
what is actual vitamins?
A,
Yeah.
fruit and vegetables. Get your spinach, eggs, and stuff.
Okay,
Yeah,
get
yeah,
some
yeah,
spinach.
yeah.
Eat some vegetables and just eat the rainbow, every color. That's how.
And Skittles. I think that'll set you back.
Yeah.
Anyways, thank you to our sponsor, Reese's Fast Break.
Fast break.
If you need a break real fast, get a Reese's Fast Break. Reese's. I don't know. Eat a
It's
dick.
Reese's. It's more fun to
Certainly
say
Reese's.
Reese's.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. Well, follow us home and watch us through our windows.
Watch
Follow
us
us wherever we go, and also on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, wherever you listen to your podcast. And also, we're taking requests at bibliofools@gmail.com. So we love you. What's our advice? We picked the book together, so let's think of some advice. Let's say some advice on
Let's
3.
see. Let's see if we all can.
Okay.
We all say a similar thing. No,
Okay,
we'll still
hold
do
on,
that.
Let me think.
Well,
Okay,
let's just
okay.
see. Let's
Give me
mind
2
meld and
seconds,
see
give
if
me
we
2
say a
seconds.
similar piece of advice.
So that's
So
what.
say a sentence, but we'll start all at the same time.
Wait.
1, 2,
2,
3.
3.
Wash
Don't
your
Always
hands.
worry
wipe your
about
butt.
if your hair is receding. We love you.
Yeah.